Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. A private member's bill on marriage equality moved by the member for Leichhardt is currently before the House. It would take half an hour of parliamentary time to allow this bill to be voted on. It could be done tomorrow. Will the Prime Minister allow a vote on this bill and allow members of his party a free vote, as he's publicly called for previously?
Hear, hear.
I call the Prime Minister.
Well, I thank the honourable member for her question, and I respect her interest, a very deep interest in this issue. The marriage equality or same-sex marriage issue is a very significant one, and a one on which people of good faith, the best faith, honestly have different opinions, both on the honourable member's side of the House and on our side of the House. Historically, this issue has been resolved. Issues of this type have been resolved in Parliament by free votes, and the honourable member is correct in referring to that. Another way of dealing with this is by a vote of the people. And the coalition, our government, has decided that the resolution of this matter will be determined by a vote of the people, via a plebiscite to be held after the next election. Now, the honourable member, the honourable member, I hear the honourable member for Isaacs call it a sellout, and again it underlines. It underlines
member for McEwen.
the utter failure of the opposition to approach issues other than in a thoroughly ideological way. The object is to ensure that Australians, either through their representatives or directly, can make an honest, conscientious decision. Our government, our party room, has decided that the decision will be taken by a plebiscite. Why is the opposition afraid of the people having a vote? Why don't they want all Australians having a vote? There is no greater virtue in a free vote here or a plebiscite. They are each means of resolving the matter. One, I grant you, is more expensive, but nonetheless, it is a very legitimate and democratic way of dealing with it. Now, that is what we have resolved. Now, let me say this, Mr Speaker. At the next election, Australians will have a choice.
Warned.
The Labor Party will say, vote for us, and marriage equality will be dealt with by the politicians, by the parliament, in a free vote after the election. And we will say, if we are re-elected to government, every single Australian will have a say. Every single Australian.
The member for Kingston.
We all respect members of parliament. After all, we are all members of parliament. But we are just representatives. We're 150 in number. Every single Australian will have a vote on the issue after the next election if we are returned to government. And how can the opposition seriously, credibly say that is anything other than thoroughly democratic? When did it cease to be democratic to let the people speak?